guys, today I have a review for you of the A&K Mk46. The Mark 46 was designed for special warfare units. There's a few changes on the real steel that the airsoft has replicated. There's also a few changes that the airsoft version has not replicated. One of those being the fluted barrel the airsoft version does have, which is really cool. Just adds a little, I don't know, neat factor, I guess. One thing it did not replicate is on the real one, to save on weight and just to get a slimmer profile. The real one does not accept M4 magazines like the normal M249 SAW series does. However, in the airsoft version, it does accept them. So there's a little difference, a little gripe of mine, but you know, whatever. I guess we'll just get right into it. It's all metal. Everything that's metal on the real steel is metal on this one. Everything that's plastic on the real steel is plastic on this one, such as the pistol grip. The foregrip doesn't come with it, but that's plastic as well. And then the stock is plastic to save on some weight. But everything else is metal. Charging handle, everything, whatever. I guess we'll start at the front, move to the back. Right now I have on here, it's a Surefire flash hider. That does not come with this, it's something I've added. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, moving back, you have this gas block. It's a little, the colorization on the airsoft version, it's a little goldy to me. I'm probably going to be painting this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Apologize for all the leaf crunching, that's my dog. But anyway, that's a little gripe I have. Normally, you would have your standard kind of M249 bipod on this. It comes attached. I took it off just to save on some weight, and I wasn't going to use it, so you know, whatever. Moving back, you have rails everywhere. Essentially, you have two rails on the side. We'll call this the upper portion. You have two rails on the upper portion and along the sides, and then you have one on the top. And then the lower portion of the rails, you have two on the sides again, and then you have one along the bottom. That being, in case you do want to save some weight on this, which you know I can see you doing, it's quite a heavy gun. You can remove the upper portion, upper wrist portion. I'll probably be doing that. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like all together. But that saves weight on the front, makes it a little more wieldable, while still allowing you to have access to rails on the side, the bottom, all that necessary stuff. Moving back to the top cover, you have a railed top cover, which is not standard on most of the M249s. I think the Para has it, but the other ones don't. Could be wrong on that, don't quote me. But anyway, this has a railed upper, which is nice. Yeah, moving back, you have your rear iron sights, you have your front obviously up there. They're nice. I'm not really going to be using them because I'm running an optic on it, but you know, if you had to use them, they would do just fine. Just like any other saw, to pop that up, you have two little buttons on the rear here. You squeeze those and it'll pull right up. So that's cool. Nice feature. Inside you have the gearbox. You have this spring, which is what the charging handle guides along. The charging handle, it's all right. It's not like an M14 or something, but it's not bad. It is metal. So I mean, some people said that theirs has broken from doing that a lot, but you know, whatever. Another difference between the real steel and the airsoft version is this has a spring on it, which means you can pull back, let it go, and it will shoot forward. On the real steel, you would pull this back and there's no spring behind it, so you would have to push it forward after you have fed the bullets into the feeding tray. Speaking of the feeding tray, it's this little piece right here. You can put it up and down, so you can run fake bullets from the mag or from the box mag into the feed tray if you just want to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then to close this, you pull down, or you have to squeeze these together, but you also have to push this back or pull the charging handle back, and that will allow you to close it, and then you're ready to go again. Box magazine, I believe it holds 5,000 rounds. It's either 2,500 or 5,000. I can't remember. But anyway, it holds a lot of BBs. You can get other ones fairly cheap if you want more. But whatever. One of my gripes is that I don't really want to take it off, but the mounting system, it slides into like a little metal slot, and then there's a plastic kind of prong that would snap up once it's locked into place, and then you push that down to release it when you're going to reload. But this, it's so, the tolerances, I guess, are a little, they're not as well as they should be, I guess, if that makes sense. So I would push in the box mag all the way. It wouldn't be able to go in, but the little locking lever wouldn't engage yet because it wasn't pushed in far enough, even though you couldn't push it in anymore. I essentially just had to kind of push the lever up as hard as, or not as hard as I could, but I'd have to push the lever up, and then it would lock into place, and it'd be kind of difficult to unlock it. But you know, you can do that, or you can always shave a little bit down on the box mag, and it'll slide in a little bit more, and you're good to go. Another thing is that the part that actually feeds into the gun, where the BBs run through and the wires and whatever, that you have to insert that first before you slide the box mag on, which is kind of a pain. Or if you do what I did, where that lever pops up, I know this is probably hard to follow, but I'll try and throw in some close-ups. Where that lever pops up, I cut a little plastic piece. I cut a little plastic out of it, and that allows this to be put in with the lever up. So you know, you can take this out while it's in there, and you can also pop it back in while it's in there. So I mean, that's a mod I would do, or I would recommend, I guess. It makes it a lot easier loading and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, the fire selector is down here by the grip. It's only fully automatic, no semi on this beast. And it's just a little button you push back and forth, locks into place well. Semi, fire, whatever. The stock, it's nice. It's pretty beefy, but it extends. You can collapse it if you want, whatever. Run it however you want, and it works. You know, you get a good cheek wield on this in comparison to the iron sights, so that's good. On most M249s, just like this one, you have this little metal rod here, or metal frame, I guess, and that pops up, and that is for if you're laying down or something, or you just want a little more support. You can pop this up, and it'll rest on top of your shoulder while you're shouldering the rifle, or you can leave it down. Sling attachment points, there are some. Right up here in front of the front top rail, you have kind of two little holes. You can run. They make a dedicated M249 sling, and those have little kind of hooks on them, or clips. You can hook it right into there, and you're good to go. On the back, they also have a hole right here, and then a hole on the back of the stock. What I have done, because I have not purchased an M249 specific sling, I have put on a QD sling attachment point up here on one of the rails, and then on the back I have done kind of the popular Keyring Mod modification. And that essentially, you take a key ring and you put that through one of the holes, and then you can attach your sling to it that way. A lot of guys will do this on their SCARs, their MP7s, just any gun that has a smaller kind of hole sling mount. Anyway, that's it for the sling. The barrel, like I said earlier, it's a fluted barrel, which is not standard on most M249s, so that's cool. You can do a quick change barrel or it does have the quick change feature. Right here, there's this little lever. If you were to push that in, that would essentially, the barrel is spring loaded, so it would pop up a little bit, and then you could slide the barrel right out. I don't really know why you would need to do that in airsoft. In the real steel, it's in case your barrel gets too hot or something, you can swap them out. But you know, it's a cool feature to have. It is handy if you want to insert the battery that way. The battery goes along here underneath or on top of this bottom rail section. You can pop this rail off, which is a little bit of a gripe of mine, but I'll get into that in a second. And then obviously you have your wires here and whatnot. But if you do run it without this top rail piece on, you can just pop the barrel off and then put the battery in that way. So there's multiple ways of putting the battery in. But anyway, my gripe, this is held on. There's a little, I'll probably try and get some close-ups of this, but there's a little like nub here, and that sticks into a little plastic sort of prong, and that's just held in by the shape of the prong. So it's just held in by tension essentially. So just yanking on it, it'll pop that tension, and then there's a little tab here, and that will untab or unhook, and then you can just take it off. I would like a little more I would like a more secure system, but you know, it works fine. I don't think it's gonna pop out on you while you're running around with it, but you know, there's always the possibility. Anyway, see if I can get this on with one hand. There we go. Anyway, yeah, that's the con I have about it. Up here on gas block, I forgot to mention, it has a working gas block, which means you can twist this. And I believe that is for if you were going to run this suppressed or not, on the real steel version. But yeah, they have it. It's a cool feature. Whatever. What's there to say about this? It's not a whole lot. The internals, the gearbox on this thing is an absolute tank. It's extremely thick. It's reinforced in all the right places. I have no initial concerns about it, so that's cool. On the back here, a really nice thing about the SAW design is that if you pop out this pin, whatever pin it is, you can fold this stock down or take the stock off, and on the back of the gearbox you have a quick change spring system. So you can just take a little screwdriver or an Allen head, whatever it is, and you can pop out the spring. Say you're going to use this in CQB for whatever reason or whatever. So spring changes are real quick and easy. It's nice. It's a great feature to have. That pretty much wraps it up. There's not really much else to say. If you're looking for a support weapon, this is a great option. I got mine with a bunch of coupon codes and a bunch of crap or whatever for $150 shipped. So I was really happy. They retail anywhere from like $350 to like $450, depending on the website and where they're, when it was put up on the website or whatever, lots of other things. But honestly, if you have the money and you're looking for a support weapon, this is a great one to have. It's lighter weight than most of the other support weapons. It's wieldable. I can run around and field this no problem. It's heavy, but I mean it's doable. So yeah, if you're looking for a support weapon, I'd say go for this one. It's great. It's great quality. It's built like a tank. It's robust. Parts are pretty cheap for it if you're looking to replace anything. Or get a new box mag. I think a new box mag is like $40 or something, and for like 5,000 or whatever, how many BBs that is, that's a good deal in my opinion. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, ask me or post them. I'll try and answer them. If you want to see a paint video on this, go ahead and post that as well. I'll probably do one anyway, just in case you don't want to see it, or you do. I don't really care. Anyway, thanks for watching.